Brian, are you a school teacher?
Yes, I teach 11th grade civics and government in Pennsylvania.
So why are you at Mizzou?
I'm in my graduate program, and I only like to go to schools acronymed NU, going to Millersville University, which is also NU now. And their colors were black and gold. I didn't feel like changing my board. No, I was looking at different online programs for grad. I knew I wanted to do something related to education and technology, and I was specifically looking for a program that had a course related to um, designing games for learning. That fits my kind of what I want to do in the classroom.
Were you in that class last semester?
Yeah.
Okay, I was in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I recognized the name, but I'm also notorious for thinking I recognize it.
Yeah,
My wife.
and Lauren, just so you're aware, if you haven't taken that class yet, there's a lot of work in that class.
It's a lot of work, yeah. I had her for a web design class too, and that one was a lot of work, but she's super helpful, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
You know, in some classes you learn more, in some classes you learn less, some are more work, less work.
Yeah.
This is definitely one that is more work. I wouldn't double up with it, but I thought it was I enjoyed it.
That's good to know, because I'm taking 4 right now.
Oh my gosh, 4 right now, like this semester?
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
And I'm teaching, and just found out I'm pregnant, so I've been having really bad morning sickness, so it's just a real great all around.
On the bright side, after this is done, it'll be smooth sailing, right?
Well, I just finished my master's in December, so I just jumped into this semester, and I was like, we were planning on trying for kids, so I was like, I want to get some of this done before the kid is actually here.
Yeah.
That's why it took 4, but it's going.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. I'm so many weeks in.
Yeah. This is going to move fast, I think. This.
Yeah, this seems like this class won't be.
Well, and one of the classes is only the 8-week class, so it will be done here in just a few weeks anyway. So that'll be nice.
Yeah. Well, so just for your reference, my background, I do work sometimes as an opera singer. I kind of stopped doing it. I have a lot of friends that have lost jobs, opera jobs. They just cannot perform anymore. I'm fortunate I have a church that I work for, and I still sing for them. I get paid to sing for the church. But other than that, I work as a web designer. And so, technological things, I'm really good with Photoshop, which is why I was like, that seems easy to me. And see, basic is all I think that we need to do, right? But I got to the point where I can make these really freaky designs and covers and all that, and so I'm pretty good at that.
Here are pictures in the background. I saw Miss Saigon last year in Philly.
Yeah, I go to New York like every once in a while, and on this you go to a street fair. Like, I'm broke, right? So you go to a street fair, and they have all sorts of pictures, like 3 for $5. Like, there you go. That's a backdrop. So that's, I work from home in general, so I am practically available anytime. So if anybody needs to get a hold of me, anything like that. As Lauren and I were talking beforehand, this project seems pretty simple compared to other projects I have done in this program. it's practically just a 100-page paper. I mean, there's a little more outside of that, but other than that, it's a 100-page paper. It's split between 5 people. So
You did 100 pages?
yeah, and when I read through the project guidelines, it didn't even seem like it was that much to me. But when I looked at somebody else's proposal or somebody else's project, it was 100 pages. But like 10,
No mention of a length requirement, but
nope, there was no. It's just how it all laid out on theirs.
but this is the final project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hi, Kim.
hey,
Welcome.
I totally forgot. I thought about it and then put the reminder in. My mind is on something else. I'm headed to Jackson, and I'm like, oh my god.
That's okay. We just got started.
Okay.
So we were saying this project doesn't look that difficult in comparison to other projects.
Right.
The example that the teacher shows of a completed project is about 100 pages.
Where do you see that?
I
Looking at it now,
Is it at the bottom?
it's towards the bottom.
yeah. And honestly, 10 of those
Project
pages.
management for instructional designers. Is that it?
It is. It's called Productive Meeting Attendee. So if you go to the very last module, under the modules, and go all the way to the bottom, it says Completed Project Examples. You are welcome.
I just can't read.
That's okay. Okay, so
54 pages there, and it's a lot of it's like surveys and charts and stuff.
but even still, that's not. I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
The first 10 pages are like an executive summary, a cover page. You know,
Well, the cover page executive summary. The third page is literally just the project proposal.
Yep.
The second page is the project proposal.
right? And then the table of contents spans 2 pages there. So honestly, it's not bad. So if we can go through what is just a couple things. So I put together an agenda for tonight. So the first was get to know everybody. So we've Kim and Hanneke are the only ones who haven't really introduced themselves. And then I have communication. I want to make sure that everybody is good with how we communicate. And then if we can talk about the project proposal, and then anything else that anybody wants to talk about. Does that sound good? All right. Kim, what do you do for a living?
I am an 8th grade STEM teacher. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
So this is my first year with middle school, but year 19 years teaching high school. So they decided to shift me to the middle school this year for some reason. So trying that out. So working in Port Houston, Mississippi. So
Lauren, are you a teacher also?
Yeah, I teach 6th grade math.
I'm the only teacher not here. Or here. Actually, right before you guys came on, Hanukkah logged in from Japan or China. And you could see the inside of his class and all of the students. And they look so cute. Oh,
They're waving.
hi. One's dancing in the back. Very awesome. Okay, so communication. Does Thursday nights in general, if we do every other Thursday, does that work for everybody?
No.
Yeah.
That's a bit too loose.
I'm sorry, you said that's good for you?
Yes, that works for me as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna sorry to interrupt. I'm stop this quickly because I have to somewhere to do something.
That's fine.
I'll watch the recording back and I'm sorry I have to cut it short today.
That-
This is not me and a bit.
All right.
Nice to hear from you too. Well, sure, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Bye guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, and does the group me chat work for everybody?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so does anybody have any other communication issues on any of that or anything else that they want to talk about? Once I'll start putting the document together, but once we start putting the document together, you can leave notes in the side of the document too, so that, other people can, oh yeah, that is a hot mess, we'll fix that, right? As well. So that's good. The next thing I put is God, I can't share my screen. Why can't I share my screen? This is the only bad thing about Zoom.
Jeff, I'm just gonna fill your name in there for project leader.
Are you guys okay with that? I don't mind, but if somebody else wants to do it, that's fine too. Okay.
I think we're gonna go ahead and send a quick email to the professor to see if we can get a clarification about just expectations for the project and stuff in terms of line, since it seems like there isn't really any explanation of the
Yeah, and what else is weird is that there's no other timelines. No, turn this in at
no.
2 months in and see what everybody else says.
And even the rubric for the final project, it's like, 4 points for this section. It's not about what you need for this section.
So are we? I don't know why I thought this, but I thought we were actually putting together the learning module. I did too. But looking at this, it almost just seems like we're putting together the paperwork for the learning module.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of why I want to email her, just so we can make sure we're starting off right.
If you look at the requirements, I think we have to show the beginnings of whatever it will look like, right? The graphic interface and that. But not that much of it.
If we look at
So I am now sort of looking at the project proposal that I started the other day. So when I put this out, I basically said Photoshop, right? And so we need to talk about what kind of course this is. So
processes and strategies. The project must center on the training program or instructional system design or a product for adults as learners, not children. The project is not developing student materials, but rather training materials for adults. Focus of the project must involve technology. Teach about or use technology to implement the project. Examples include workshops or a series of in-service training sessions, instructional websites, instructional software products, or an online course. Other types of learning systems can be submitted for consideration. The scope should be comprehensive and authentic. An online course is typically a semester-long course. Workshop typically run 2 to 3 days in length. A website or instructional system typically has many components.
I feel like that clarified a lot of things. I don't feel like we need to read all 8 pages.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to read the first one.
Oh, okay. You can go ahead then.
It sounds like maybe workshops the way to go. I'm not sure about designing an entire semester long course. But
Well, I feel like if we wanted to put it in a website format, that would be easy too, especially if we just used Google Sites or something like that.
yeah, I'm familiar with that. And you can add
If we could do a page for each of those things that Jeff put on the proposal, like a page for setting up a new project, a page for how to create layers, a page for adjustments, a page for selecting, etc.
I'll skim through this just to make sure I'm
It does say we need, on the second page, a team contract that is required in which each member agrees upon division of labor, timelines with deadlines for deliverables, how you'll communicate, so we have that already on the project proposal. Expectation for how often members will check email, other communication, consequences for failure to fulfill individual responsibilities, team leader, not to dictate but to provide oversight of the project.
So I started working on all of that. So if you look at that project proposal, you scroll down towards the bottom, that's where the team contract is sitting right now. So you guys can take a look at that. Everything I put down is just a start. I don't care if things get changed. I don't care. You're not going to hurt my feelings. So change it, manipulate it. If we could just mainly decide, do we want to do a website then?
I personally feel like that would probably be the easiest, but I feel like that is a good workshop or a website? Because I definitely don't think we need to do like a whole semester course load for it.
Okay. So an instructional website.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
A lot of our professional development like workshops for services are done on Google Sites too. So if she already gave us crap about it, we could say we're just housing a workshop on site, Google Site or something too.
Well, I feel like she wouldn't have said instructional website in that thing you just read if she
Yeah.
was okay with it.
True.
Okay. So then there is a list of things that we need to choose what to do. And that is on that 8-page thing as well, I believe.
Yeah. On your document, project proposal, that you shared with us, you have the project roles chart.
Yeah. All right. So the
Those 10 things, right?
yeah, those 10.
things that are on the rubric.
So the first one is broad goals and big ideas. So describe the big ideas for your learning system and write high-level goals that serve as guidelines for your learning system. These should be compatible with your learning objectives and task analysis. Who would like to be involved in that?
Photoshop to do that on my own.
I would agree there. I'd be happy to help that, but again, I only know the basics.
So you say goals and ideas?
Yeah, broad goals and big ideas.
So, if you put me down for this, let me try this.
Okay, so, and I will put myself down as well, so Kim and I will knock that out.
So I almost feel like some of these things kind of need to go in order, almost. Yeah. I mean, so I feel like without the goal, the big ideas, you're not going to.
So are you suggesting something along the lines of
Like, I feel like, well, how many weeks do we have until?
we're on like week 5?
So, it's
We're
due May 7th, right? The whole thing is due May 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 weeks.
So I'd say we want it done probably at least a week before that. And if we say we want to do it on, like, have it done by the time we would meet, so we'd have it done by April 29th. I feel like we should write this down.
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
Because I'm going to put it all into that project proposal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks. We have 9 weeks.
Okay, so the next big section is learning objectives. Learning objectives for your learners that are consistent with the broad goals, learner analysis, and task analysis.
So I think once the broad goals and ideas are done, I could pretty easily do that.
Okay.
Put me down for learning objectives.
Yeah, I'll help out with those too, unless then I can help out with that. That makes sense to have 2 people on each section.
All right. So the next one is needs analysis.
I feel like I had a pretty good understanding of that section, so I can go with that section too. I'll get my 2 in early.
Okay. Who else would like to do needs analysis?
So if we wanted to just do like all, if we want to just do like I'll take that, but then we'll all kind of look at it.
Yeah, that's going to happen anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Hanukkah? Maybe Hanukkah?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And then task. I know I want to be involved in task analysis.
I think you should be involved in task analysis. You're the one that knows Photoshop the best.
Because honestly, I think I could bang that out really quickly. Does anybody else want to be involved in that?
I can be if I need another one. But if we're doubling it, then that'd be 4 each, right?
I guess so. However you guys want to do it. Yeah, if we're doubling up, then it's 4 each.
Okay, so then the formative evaluation.
I'd like to be involved in both the formative and the summative evaluation because if I'm doing the learning objectives, they should be aligned with your assessments. So I think it makes sense to have someone who's involved with the learning objectives to do the assessments that are supposed to be aligned to that. I'm pretty comfortable with that.
Okay.
I can do two, I guess 3 things. I can just fill in whatever for the last one.
So put me down for task analysis.
Okay.
For my 4th one, you can put me down for learner analysis because I guess I felt comfortable with that, and as someone who's like got a little bit of an intro to Photoshop, I know enough about Photoshop to know what I would need to learn if I actually needed to learn this stuff. So that I can do that in my 4th thing.
So if Kim wants to be on task analysis, then he can take me off and just have Jeff, you, and Kim.
Okay. And so, contextual. I have contextual analysis and materials. I know I can, like, for a website, I can bang out a website really fast. So I will put myself on that. And Lauren, you want to be on contextual? Is that what you said?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I could do. Isn't there is types of learning experiences or instruction one? Or did we already say that one? Oh
Ye-
no, it's not. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Or actually, I'd rather do help work on the implementation plan.
Okay.
And we still need to put. I feel like we should have asked him how to pronounce his name before he left.
And we can go out on a limb and say Heineke.
We need to put him down on a few more things.
Okay. So let me read through what I have so far, okay? So for broad goals and big ideas, I have Kim and myself. For learning objections, I have Lauren and Brian. For needs analysis, I have Lauren and Hanneke. Task analysis, I have Kim and myself. Formative, I just have Brian. I will put myself down as well. And summative, I also just have Brian. So Brian, you think they're both sort of right in line together?
I think they're, of the things up here, I think they're pretty straightforward. So if you need to divert your attention somewhere else, I'm not too worried about it.
Okay, well, I'll put myself down there also,
Okay.
just to back you up. So learner analysis, I have Brian. Should I put Hanneke there?
I think, yeah, that would probably be good.
Or Kim, do you want to be there?
Learn analysis.
Yeah.
I'm a night owl, so if I need to stay up late to coordinate with my that's not an issue. I have a friend in China, I'll stay up late and talk to him sometimes. I wouldn't mind coordinating with him on learner analysis.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to do it, I don't know. I was just saying times it was.
So, what are the other items that we have then?
I have contextual analysis. I have types of learning. I have materials, and I have implementation.
Types of learning.
Uh-huh. And
It's in the rubric. It just says types of learning, but it's types of learning experiences and or instruction is the full category in the requirements.
so, Kim, what it says is provide an overview of the types of learning experiences and or instruction you will provide in the learning system. Describe its organization using appropriate methods such as outlines, flowcharts, or other graphic organizers. This section provides the conceptual organization of the planned learning experiences and or instruction.
Yeah, let me try that.
Okay. And then, who else wants to work on materials with me?
I can.
Okay. And I will work on contextual analysis with Hanneke, and then implementation. Kim, would you want to work on implementation also?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right, let me just double check. So, broad goals and big ideas, I have Kim and myself. For learning objectives, I have Lauren and Brian. For needs analysis, I have Lauren and Hanneke. For task analysis, I have Jeff and Kim. For formative and summative, I have Brian and Jeff. For learner analysis, I have Brian and Hanneke. For contextual analysis, I have Hanneke and Jeff. Materials, I have Jeff and Lauren. Implementation, I have Lauren and Kim. And types of learning, I have Kim.
Does Hanneke have 3 or 4?
2, 3.
If we could add him with Kim on
Yep.
types of learning.
Let's add them with Kim.
Just have 3.
Is everybody good with that? Does anybody have anything about that?
Works for me. I wrote my 4 on the project rules page of the Google Doc, just so.
Has everybody been able to access the Google Doc?
Obviously,
Okay.
Yes, I'm in.
All right. So, let's see. So the project proposal, I will finish it up, and I will, I'll get a thing by this weekend. The contract's done also, and hopefully everybody could take a look at it by Monday, and then we could just get it done and turn it in.
Is there anything you need help with on that?
Anything you want to add to it, because it's right up there, that Google Doc. So just go at it. I put our team name is Mars in Retrograde, but honestly, I don't care. Whatever you guys want to name our, Perseverance after the new Mars rover, I don't care. And for project title, I said digital imaging, image editing. But if that's like just a website, maybe it's just introduction to Photoshop. Yeah, just like down. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then the other thing I had for tonight was new business. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to bring up? That they'd like to?
Lauren, do you want to take a look at needs analysis and learner analysis? It seems like we might want to coordinate a little on this. Like those two aspects of the project might align. Not that we necessarily need to do anything, but just to make sure we're kind of on the same page. Does that make sense? Because for needs analysis, it says design a systematic needs assessment procedure for your given learning system and audience, include the narrative describing the process and why you made your data collection decisions. And learner analysis, in a way, is kind of like an adjacent topic. It says list the learner characteristics you need to consider planning your offer and describe your data collection procedures for gathering this information. Correct in kind of assuming those are pretty similar. I guess what I'm driving at is, would it make more sense for one of us to do the one part first so it lines up with the other? Like, should I do my part first since it's talking about how you, or vice versa? I don't know. I mean, the learner analysis is figuring out who we're working with.
So the needs, we have the category desired result is the needs analysis. So it's like analyze the
needs analysis would come first because it's talking about what problem we're trying to solve, and then learner analysis would be like, okay, so this is the problem we're solving, and then who are we working with now? We're working with
So we're creating this website, right? Who is it for specifically, other than adults? Is it for like adults in schools, so that for teachers, so that they can understand Photoshop for their classes?
Something more specific like that, and I like that.
I agree. We could just say that's like a resource for teachers that want to do specific Photoshop stuff when they're creating
Okay.
things for their classroom.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm going to create one more document, and that document will be where our final paper rests, so that I'll just send you all the link, and I'll lay out all the sections, and you can go in, you can work on your sections, you can put your stuff in there as we go along.
So I feel like we might want to, I know we said 2 people for each of these sections, but I almost feel like we should specifically identify one person that's going to be as the main person on the section, because otherwise we're going to have, I might write a sentence, and the next person's going to write a sentence, and they might not, flow. Does that make sense? So I feel like maybe we bounce back and forth the ideas, but then the main person writes the section, the second person like edits, and then everybody else can put their input in too.
Okay.
Because I feel like two people trying to write multiple paragraphs on needs analysis could get super messy.
Okay. Well, I would work that out with the other person on your section as to who's going to write it and who's going to start it, and go from there. I don't want to keep everybody any longer. So I will, 2 weeks from today, we'll meet again on Thursday night. Does that sound good?
Yeah. I think as long as, since there are still 10 sections and everybody's in like 4 of them, I feel like just make sure you're in charge of 2. You know what I mean? When you're going through.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, Jeff, you might be in more than 4. I feel like you're going to could end up with more sections than.
That's fine by me. That's
I
total.
know you don't care, but.
Well, honestly, it's a 100-page paper, right? I don't mind banging it out and getting it done, right? Whatever I have to do, because this is my last semester, and then out, no more.
Who was on needs analysis with me?
Huh?
Not me.
Needs analysis is Lauren Haneke.
When he relaunches this, I'm gonna take the lead on that one.
Okay.
And Jeff, I could take the lead on the evaluation ones then.
The formative and summative?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put like 2 asterisks next to whoever is gonna be that person.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Looks like Kim's headed somewhere. Maybe you arrived at where you're going.
Make sure they're not closed before I come.
Go.
So just kind of look and see, and then I can come right back.
No. Let's keep this short. Everybody has something that they can start working on, right? Yeah?
Tell me my main 2 again.
Broad goals and big ideas. And when I put that document together, you'll see them all there, right? All the things that you're responsible for. Broad goals and big ideas. And let's see, you're in implementation and types of learning.
I think types of learning was my main one, because I think, Lauren, you're doing implementation. Am I right?
Sure, yep, that could be my other main one.
And you're on task analysis, but I'll be the main one on that one.
So, Tim, you'll probably want to get those broad goals and big ideas done like pretty soon within the next week, because I feel like that's what we're gonna probably hinge some of these other things on.
First dominated phone.
Yeah.
So we're doing a site and a paper then? Is that how this works?
I still feel like maybe you found a pretty good clarification for us, Brian.
Alright, yeah, I got it up now.
Yeah, just get some clarification, and then we'll go from there. But honestly, if it's an 8-page site, I can do that in like 2 days.
Yeah. Well, it does look, this sounds daunting, like 100-page paper, big website, workshop, whatever, but looking at the modules, there aren't assignments for like half of the weeks, because it's built into the classes just to do a chunk of this.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send an email, and I'll let you guys know what she says.
All right. Okay. Well, then let's call it a night, and we'll meet again in 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
We have a group chat for quick checks and things. So.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm free anytime. You can call me. You can email me whenever. All right. Peace out, everybody. Good night.